clear, and I do not disagree with the need to bolster the Transportation Trust Fund. I, as a member of the legislature, have continuously voted for it, and we will continue to vote for it. But I do take issue with the pretense that guides the justification of this toll increase now. The governor wants to reinvigorate the Transportation Trust Fund. He should highlight another means of funding it, or they should work on this if this is the way they want to go, but it should all be done in an open public hearing, rather than relying on the proceeds for the toll increases that were meant to fund the project that was abruptly canceled in October. So, I join you in supporting this bill. I have all the understanding in the world for the laborers who are so involved, and we have been very supportive, and we will continue to be supportive of the Transportation Trust Fund. It's a definite necessity. But I feel that the way this was done, it was almost like the project is now dead, but we're going to continue to increase these tolls for something else. Well, let's let the public get engaged and let the proper people be engaged in the process before the final determination is made.
I understand the needs to invest in our infrastructure. I think we need to have a separate conversation on how we're going to provide long-term, stable funding for the Transportation Trust Fund, and all options should be on the table. I also hope we revisit the whole issue of the ART tunnel. I've been an ardent supporter of the concept of having a tunnel. It is critical from a transportation planning standpoint, it's critical from an environmental standpoint, and it's certainly critical in terms of the economic development of North Jersey. I hope if and when we revisit that subject that we look to New York, which will be a beneficiary of that tunnel, to provide some financial support for it. I think that was a major flaw in the way we funded that.
Certainly respect my colleagues on the other side. Nobody likes tolls, but in fairness, the reality of the situation is back in 2008 when this resolution was passed by the then Turnpike Authority, Chairman Calori and other members who are presumably no longer on the authority. I just want to read to you one part of the actual resolution. In the event the New Jersey Transit Corporation later identifies an alternative source of funding for the ART project, or the authority is otherwise precluded or determines it is to be impracticable to continue its participation in the ART project, the Executive Director is authorized to continue in force the toll schedule memorialized in the revised toll schedule without modification or interruption, and it goes on and on. There is nothing improper or underhanded in continuing the toll schedule. As I said, I think it would be more genuine to come up with an alternative to replace these funds, which won't go into effect for another year, before we go forward and eliminate this funding.
I'm not going to support this bill. There is an additional reason why I'm not going to support this bill, and it's the legal issue. We've heard that the Transportation Turnpike Authority did in fact provide for an alternative for the use of these funds, which appears to be used, but more importantly, bonds have been issued. We have issued bonds based upon this covenant that we've put in place that we seek now to change. We can't do that legally. The state is prohibited from doing anything to the Turnpike Authority that will in fact jeopardize its ability to be able to pay what the bondholders are in fact entitled to. What we are looking to do in effect is this ship has sailed, this cow's out of the barn already. These monies are spent, the bonds have been issued. If we in fact now do anything to jeopardize this, we're going to put ourselves in a position of spending more money. It's throwing good money after bad. I understand the need to do this, I really do. But the reality of the situation is that there is no better alternative than that we have already legally committed ourselves to paying back these funds.